Hello and happy Tuesday, everyone. Hope everyone's having a good week. I'm William Fraley.
And I'm Ann Locktriggers. You're watching NewsWatch Ole Miss. We have a packed show for you today, starting off with an update on the Jay Lee case.
And later on, a new state bill and your national news update with The Watch. You don't want to miss it. In a major update to the Jay Lee case, the remains have since confirmed to be those of Ole Miss student Jay, who went missing back in 2022. The
suspect, Timothy Harrington, now faces a new charge in addition to capital murder.
After his December trial ended in a mistrial, Harrington remains in jail awaiting a February 21st bond hearing.
While this discovery brings a heartbreaking end to the nearly 2-year search for Jay Lee, this news will hopefully provide his family with the closure they've been seeking for so long.
After the discovery of Jay Lee's body last week about 90 minutes south of Oxford and Carroll County, Lafayette County's District Attorney's Office has charged Tim Harrington with a second charge, tampering with evidence.
The DA's office believes Harrington killed former Ole Miss student Jay Lee after a relationship gone wrong situation. Now, after a hung jury failed to convict Harrington in December, he sits once again at the Lafayette County Detention Center on new charges with tampering with evidence.
District Attorney Ben Creekmore is not prepared to say when or if Harrington will go on trial once again, or what penalty the DA's office would seek in the event of a retrial.
Stay tuned into NewsWatch throughout the week as we continue to follow developments in the case. Now let's turn our attention to weather. Here's Veronica Flores with our current conditions.
Yes, so today in Oxford, it's been a rainy, cloudy day. We've all experienced it. That rain was pretty heavy in the morning and has calmed down throughout the day. Right now, we're sitting at a temperature of around 45 degrees, and it's pretty cloudy. It's pretty cold out here. I mean, y'all see me in my rain jacket trying to make sure our equipment doesn't get wet, but I'll have a more in-depth report later in the show. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Veronica. Looking to some brighter news, reporter Elisa Booker takes us around a new location.
One of my personal favorite Mexican restaurants, Casa Mexicana. Let's get a look.
Bienvenidos is what you might hear when walking into the new Casa Mexicana. After 28 years of being located on Jackson Avenue, the Casa Mexicana decided it was time for a new do. The new Casa is now located on Highway 6 West. Oxford residents and owner are enjoying the new move. Let's see why.
Here currently at Casa Mexicana, excited about the restaurant. A real favorite, hometown favorite at El Charro, so really excited about what's going on. It's a beautiful place. My wife, she always gets the salmon. Here, I'm really big on the carne asada. Today I'm going to try the fish tacos, the Baja fish tacos. And then at El Charro, of course, my favorite is the quesadillas, but I'm excited about, what's going on. I think it's a beautiful place. Please come by and see these guys. It's a great venue.
When you walk into the new Casa, you'll be greeted by an intoxicating smell of delicious Mexican dishes and most likely a line out the door of people trying to eat as well. The new Casa now features an upper level with a top floor which can feature all your private party events and an exclusive bar. And on top of that, the new Casa is bringing more authentic taste and meals straight from Mexico to your plate.
One of my favorite things here are the chips and queso because the queso is super creamy and it's definitely elevated from the first original location. And they have added new menu items, which is super nice.
My favorite thing about this place is the energy that it gives, the sense of life, the feeling of wow, I'm at Casa. This is gonna be dope.
Well, I hope you weren't hungry, but if you were, you should stop by the new Casa. It's been Elisa Booker with NewsWatch Ole Miss. Adios.
Thank you, Elisa. State capitol lawmakers are proposing a bill that would ban homeless encampments within Mississippi's borders. Under the proposed law, if a homeless camp were set up on public land, a warning would be issued by police, and if the camp remained after 48 hours, they would be subject to misdemeanor fines and arrest. The bill is drawing criticism from humanitarian groups like Mississippi's Back Bay Mission. The group's leader, James Pennington, told WLOX in Biloxi that his organization, quote, does not have enough resources and housing, end quote, stating they can only house 48 people. Pennington says there's a significant need for mental health and housing resources across the state.
As small town police departments in Mississippi continue to struggle with officer retention, a bill in the House aims to provide a one-time $600 bonus to every law enforcement officer in the state. That is, if they've been with their agency for more than a year. The bill is sponsored by Representative Jeffrey Harness of Macomb and would cost the state $6.5 million. But even with the stipend, Mississippi's officers would still be the lowest paid in the nation, with an average starting salary of just over $47,000. And the Mississippi Department of Transportation has released a traffic advisory for the city of Oxford beginning tomorrow, February 12th.
The southbound exit ramp from Highway 7 to University Avenue, as well as the southbound on-ramp from University Avenue to Highway 7, will be closed to all traffic.
The ramps will be closed starting 8 a.m. tomorrow morning and will continue to be closed until Tuesday, April 24th.
MDOT will post message boards alerting motorists to detour routes around the area and advises drivers use extreme caution while traveling through this area. The City of Oxford will post further updates as they learn more.
Efforts from both the federal government and the state of Mississippi to eliminate diversity, equity, and inclusion in governmental departments has gained traction this year. And Mississippi's legislature wants to do so right here at Ole Miss, sooner than later. Senate Bill 2515, dubbed the Refocus Act, passed along party lines, with 34 voting in favor and 14 voting against. The bill is sponsored by Oxford's own Representative Nicole Boyd and now heads to the House for deliberation.
Coming up next on NewsWatch Ole Miss, we bring you the latest updates on how the state of Mississippi is trying to legalize gambling.
Plus, we'll bring the details of how the King of Jordan is teaming up with President Donald Trump regarding their future plans for Gaza.
We'll be right back after a short break.
Are you looking for more in this world? Are you driven by purpose? Then we are looking for you. The big-hearted, the bold, the change makers. We are the Peace Corps. With volunteers in more than 60 countries, we join hands with communities, live together, work together, transform lives, and serve boldly together. Are you ready to go the distance to make a difference? Then we have a place where you belong. Join us.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
We don't have time for spills. Next.
We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
Helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Learn to cough and sneeze with your pal Grover. Step 1. Realize you're about to sneeze. Step 2. Move your elbow toward your nose and mouth. Step 3. Gesundheit. 1, 2, 3. Remember to cough and sneeze into your arm or elbow and not your hands.
Bro, but you're not even gonna do anything. Yes, I was. Yes, no.
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. In an exciting breakthrough from the state capitol, the Mississippi House has approved a new bill that could usher in a new era of mobile sports betting for the state.
House Bill 1302, led by gambling chair Casey Uri, opens the door for licensed venues to team up with multiple betting platforms, while also continuing to protect existing casino interests through a protection fund.
The bill sets a firm age requirement of 21 and above, with all new revenue flowing directly to Mississippi's infrastructure through the state's Emergency Road and Bridge Repair Fund.
Now, let's check in with NewsWatch reporter Chase Manton with The Watch, bringing us the top national headlines in the news.
Thank you, William. As the nation still mourns the tragic mid-air collision off the Potomac River earlier this month, another air disaster has unfolded, this time in Scottsdale, Arizona. This past Monday, a mid-sized business jet collided with a stationary aircraft during landing at Scottsdale Municipal Airport, resulting in one confirmed fatality. Scottsdale Fire Department David Folio reports multiple injuries from the devastating collision. Since the incident, the runway remains closed as emergency crews continue their response. Just 1 week after the tragic shark attack that claimed the life of a young Australian woman, 2 American tourists have now fallen victim to a shark off the shores of the Bahamas. Summer Lehman and Riley Decker's Friday boat trip turned tragic when a shark attacked both women. 24-year-old Summer Lehman sustained serious foot injuries, requiring 48 stitches and a possible skin graft, while her friend, 20-year-old Riley Decker, has undergone 2 surgeries so far after obtaining severe injuries to her calf. This incident marks the second serious shark attack of 2025. Both Americans are currently receiving treatment in a Bahamian hospital. Jordan's king, Abdullah II, met with U.S. officials in Washington today, addressing urgent humanitarian concerns in Gaza. The Jordanian monarch outlined an immediate plan for action.
I think the point is how do we make this work in a way that is good for everybody. Right. Obviously, we have to look at the best interests of the United States, of the people in the region, especially to my people of Jordan, and we're going to have some interesting discussions today. I think one of the things that we can do right away is take 2,000 children that are either cancer children or in very ill state to Jordan as quickly as possible, and then wait for, I think, the Egyptians to present their plan on how we can work with the president to work on Gaza challenges.
The king's proposal comes as Jordan seeks to play a larger role in Gaza's humanitarian relief efforts, with plans to coordinate with Egypt and the U.S. on further assistance. A major ruling took place in court today, as a federal judge ordered the restoration of critical public health information that was previously removed from federal websites during the Trump administration. The ruling specifically targets content that was deleted from the Centers for Disease Control and Food and Drug Administration websites. The federal judge declared this information must be accessible to the public once again. This decision marks a significant victory for government transparency, and public access to health information. Well, that's all we have for our national news updates. I'm Chase Manton with The Watch. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Chase. Veronica, what's going on in the world of weather tonight?
Well, our temperature isn't going to get down too much, but it's been a pretty wet, rainy day. I mean, it's been pretty terrible.
It's been so rainy all day long.
Just
it's
sad.
Been coming down, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be like that tomorrow too?
Yeah, we're expected to get more rain. It's going to start at around 1 a.m. tonight. So it's going to lead on into the night and into the morning, but I'll have a more in-depth report after the break.
A waterfall made of fire. Goats that defy gravity. A turning point in history. A palace carved out of clay. The place where we grew wings. A thunderstorm beneath your feet. An eternal torch and an enduring dream. National parks are extraordinary. So is the support you give them.
Elmer loves to giggle. Elmer's mommy taught him that laughing can help when you have a big feeling, like when you feel happy. Make sure to celebrate when you're happy and laugh it out. Love your mind.
Each year, hurricanes and major flooding threaten cities, towns, and rural homes across the Gulf states. So chances are there will be more storms and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Hurricane Helene, devastating impacts on the southeast. Now it's time to help the people and communities who need it most. To make a one-time financial gift to the American Red Cross, scan the QR code on the screen. Make sure to select I want to support Hurricane Helene and enter how much you'd like to donate. Or go to redcross.org/donate. Together, we will make a difference for those recovering in hard-hit communities.
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. I'm your weather woman, Veronica Flores. So today, like we said, it's been a cold, wet, and rainy day, pretty gloomy. Like if you were expecting that sun, it did not come out for you. We're looking at a temp of 45 degrees, light rain. It was definitely heavier in the morning and then calmed down throughout the day, but it never really let up. So we've been really just walking around. It's been pretty wet. The temperatures have dipped down just a bit across northern Mississippi. The kind of common number we see here is like 45, and then South Haven is our hot spot. We're all kind of sitting in those high 40s. And then tonight, like I said, that temperature is not going to get down too much, but we're looking at a temp of 44 degrees, so showers are going to start after 1 a.m. So if you were expecting that sun to come out, you're wrong. These clouds that we're having that are bringing all this rain and taking away our precious sun. As you can see, we're all looking pretty cloudy here. And then with all this rain that's coming, here's this precipitation that's moving through Oxford. As you can see, we're all getting plenty amounts of rain. There's even a river flood warning. So that'll tell you just how much rain that we're getting. And it's going to continue on tomorrow. Tomorrow, our high is 63 degrees. Those showers are expected to continue, and then at around 3 p.m., we're expected to have a chance of thunderstorms. So I'd pack that umbrella, that raincoat, whatever you need to get to class, and then we're going to have a slight breeze. So just prepare accordingly. Similar temperatures across northern Mississippi. We heat up just a little bit. We're in the low 60s here, and then South Haven again being our hot spot. So let me take you through this week. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to have that rain, and it's going to stop on Thursday. We're looking at it to be partly sunny. Those clouds are going to cover it up a bit. And then Friday, it's going to be pretty sunny. Those clouds are going to be out, and then in around the midnight hours, it's going to start to rain, and we're going to see all that rain pile up on Saturday. It's going to be a pretty rainy day, but it's a little bit warmer, so maybe not as cold as it was today. And then Sunday, we're going to see those clouds stick around. So if you were expecting a nice sunny, warm weekend, you're not going to get it. Too bad, so sad.
Well, that's exactly what I was expecting, was a really nice warm weekend. So that's kind of disappointing, isn't it?
Although glad that the sun does come out on Friday, because love is in the air, not just because it's Valentine's Day, but because Ole Miss men's tennis, they start their outdoor season this Friday. Coming up, yet another Ole Miss team dominates against the Kentucky Wildcats as the Lady Rebs win big last night in the Pavilion. And number one, men's golf is in the lead at their tournament. This and more after the break.
I got you. Oh, yeah, I got him. That stupid controller froze again. You're only saying that because you're losing. Bet you bought the cheap one.
That controller is junk too. Is this even real?
You're spending less, so...
Yeah? We'll just buy it again?
Smart kids.
Who are you?
Or what are you?
Hey, I was wondering if you guys wanted any... OMG, it's McGruff.
Yes, I am.
He's not my Uncle McGruff, the crime dog. He's an imposter. He's a fake. Oh.
I am McGruff, the crime dog. He is the fake. And so is that controller you're holding. It's gonna break. And that, Pops...
could blow up in your face.
That's right, Scruff. Let's take a bite out of crime together and protect ourselves against fakes. Like him.
Who says you're not the fake?
Dude, you're literally missing an arm.
You are smart kids. You're smart. Buy smart.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours.
Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
I'm really tight with my friends. We do everything together. And whatever happens, they look out for me.
Welcome back, Rebs. I'm Kieran Lincheski with Sports Watch. Starting off strong, Coach Yo and the Lady Rebels defeated number 8 Kentucky 66-57 in the SJB Pavilion Monday night. Star guard Madison Scott, with her 22 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 blocks, officially became the most experienced player in Ole Miss history. She passed Rebel legend Peggy Gillum Granderson for most games played dressed in an Ole Miss jersey. Scott completed her 15th game, entering the double digits. Other key players for the Rebels include Sierra Thinu, Star Jacobs, and Kennedy Todd Williams. The three collected 9 rebounds each. Here is sports reporter Ava Douglas with more on the historic win.
It was a big night in Oxford as the Ole Miss women's basketball team faced off against their ranked number 8 Kentucky Wildcats at the Sandy and John Black Pavilion in Oxford. Kentucky came out strong, starting with an early lead, keeping Ole Miss on their heels. The Rebels trailed in the first quarter by 4 and then by 6 in the second. Coach Yo must have given them a great talk at half because they came out ready to give all they got. The MVP of this game was Madison Scott, who led the Rebels with 22 points, hitting key shots and making a sparking comeback. Ole Miss also dominated the boards, out-rebounding Kentucky 54-33. Second chance opportunities gave them the edge as they gained momentum. With strong defense and smart playmaking, the Rebels took the late lead in the game, making the score 48-47. Overcoming the 6-point difference, Kentucky struggled to respond as Ole Miss stayed in control. As the clock ran out, Ole Miss secured a huge 66-57 win, marking their 6th straight victory over Kentucky. This is a statement win in the SEC and for sure a night to remember for all Rebel fans.
The Ole Miss women's basketball team will go up against the Missouri Tigers on February 23rd at 2 p.m. at the Pavilion. This is NewsWatch Ole Miss. I'm Ava Douglas.
These Lady Rebs are headed to Fayetteville this week for a midweek matchup with the Razorbacks on Thursday. And the number 1 ranked Ole Miss men's golf team is making a strong statement in Puerto Rico. The team had an impressive opening round at the Puerto Rico Classic. The Rebels shot a combined score of 16 under 272 and were led by a pair of bogey-free rounds of 66 from Cohen Trolio and Cameron Tankersley. Trolio started off strong, birdieing his first 2 holes. He then went back-to-back birdies on holes 7 and 8. He wrapped up the front 9 with an impressive 5 under. His outstanding performance on the links marked his 4th round in the 60s this season. Michael Lasasso and Kai Meeks each shot 2 under par. Tom Fisher and Colin Trolio turned in +3 after round 1 at the Grand Reserve Golf Club. For updates throughout the season and the tournament, follow the Ole Miss Rebels on X at Ole Miss Golf. And with Ole Miss's baseball team starting their season Friday, Ole Miss had their media day today for reporters to talk to players and head coach Mike Bianco about the season, about what to expect from the Rebs this season. One player that everyone will be looking out for is junior Hunter Elliott. Elliott has been sidelined for the past 2 full seasons with an elbow injury, but is ready to play with the team and show everyone his improved health.
It's been a while, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to kind of show the competitor that I am and to, pretty much everybody except for, I guess, 3 or 4 guys haven't really seen me healthy and out there doing my thing, so I'm excited. I'm ready for this year.
Again, the team starts their season on Friday against Arizona as a part of the 2025 Shriners Children College Showdown in Texas. And that's all I've got for sports today. Be sure to follow us on our socials and tune in tomorrow at 5. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Kieran. When we come back, we're preparing for Valentine's Day.
Tune in after the break to see what Ole Miss students think is the best way to secure your date.
Uh-oh, young Tommy is smoking a cigarette, creating his own smog cloud. Tommy's up to bat. Tommy smokes because he thinks it makes him look grown up. But watch what smoking does for him. That coughing is one thing. It keeps him from playing his best. You're out! Don't smoke. It doesn't make you grown up. It makes you a loser.
Everybody clunks. But not enough people click. And no matter how good they are at handling their cars, or how well they know the road, everybody's equally likely to get involved in an accident. And without a seatbelt, you're twice as likely to be killed or seriously injured. So don't just be a clunker. Clunk, click.
Find out how to use an awkward silence to help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Legacy isn't just about where you're from, it's about where you're going. So where are you going?
I'm going to be the first in my family to graduate.
I'm going to make a difference.
Just like my granddad.
I'm going to make the bestseller list.
And I'm going to help him get there.
I'm going to win a championship.
Again! I'm going to lock the vault! Hotty toddy!
I'm going to take the next step.
I'm going to bring them to their feet.
I'm going to Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Build your legacy.
Welcome back to NewsWatch. Now, Valentine's is just around the corner, but for Greek life kids, it's another stressful time of finding a date for their next date party.
I'm one to understand this dilemma, as I need a date to my Tri-Delta Mai Tai. So DM the Instagram if you're interested. With that being said, let's take a look at reporter Leslie Lackman talking about the best ways to pick up dates as a student.
The social calendar rolls around and the question of who am I going to take comes to mind. Suddenly the nerves hit. So we asked around the girlies on campus what the best approach to asking a guy to the date party is, and vice versa.
Date party with me. It's Valentine's Day. I have a date party. You have to come with me. I've seen my friends do it and they just like wing it and they just text them on Snapchat and like throw the phone and hope for the best.
I think it's good to do it in person so that you get the answer right away. Are you busy next Thursday? And if you aren't, do you want to come to my date party with me? Hi, and then he would say hi, and then I would say, I have a date party next week. Would you like to come with me? And then he would say, yes, I would.
Would you want to go with me?
He'd like text me at least a week before so I could get an outfit. Hopefully not the day before, because I'm probably not going to go. And usually ask them what they're up to that night, and you know, if they're busy, then I'll move on to the next guy. Really not on Snapchat. I don't recommend that.
I usually do the normal Snapchat thing. You know, I haven't gotten to the iMessage.
I ask them if they're free on that date, and then if they say yes, then I ask.
Come to this date party with me. I got in like 2 days. You know, it's kind of like a last minute thing.
You can do too much. It's whatever you, honestly, whatever you have.
1,700 word APA essay. Letterhead, watermark included.
Hope you took some notes and got the inside scoop of the best approach. Moral of the story, just go for it. Worst case scenario, you have a great story to tell. Best case scenario, you've got yourself a great date for the night. Leslie Lackman reporting, NewsWatch.
Well, that's all we have tonight. Tune in tomorrow. I'm William Traylor.
And I'm Ann Locktriggers with your latest news.
I'm Kieran Lincheski with Sports Watch.
And with Storm Watch, I'm Veronica Flores.
Be sure to keep up with us on socials and tune in tomorrow at 5.
NewsWatch Ole Miss, where we keep it live and keep it local.